On and Conrad Song runs one of Australia's leading investment research and advisory companies that's just finished building and optimising products and will be conducting a capital raise to scale aggressively. Conrad joins us now for more. Good to have you on Ticker, mate. How are you?
Very good, thanks. Thanks again for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us firstly, it's Maqro. Is that how you pronounce the company? And tell us about what you're offering exactly.
Yeah, that's Maqro with a Q, M-A-Q-R-O.
Yep.
Yeah, so effectively what we've, as you sort of introed in with us, we've been optimizing, we've been building something that firstly started off very traditionally. I mean, when we first started Maqro Capital, we understood that, okay, well, we can build a product from scratch, or we can sort of move into the financial markets in a very traditional way, generate revenues, produce profit, make some money so that we can then put this capital into developing the product that we see to sort of really take the disruption to a new level. Everyone's a dinosaur in our eyes when it comes to financial services advice, unfortunately. And there's a few guys popping up that are sort of creating that momentum of change, whether that's companies like Spaceship, StockSpot, Stake, and they do things that present transparency for clients, sort of even the playing field for everybody. And we believe we've not only got the product ready, but we've actually, we've been generating money as a traditional stockbroker or an advisory firm for about 4 years now. So we're in a good position.
So Maqro was co-lead manager in its first IPO. So tell us about what's next exactly.
Yeah, so the IPO was good. It's a big feat for a business like ours. I mean, it takes a lot of, firstly, it takes a lot of clientele to sort of be able to lead a capital raising, especially, if it's to list a stock on the stock exchange. So good milestone. And using that momentum, what we've decided to do is really set up the game plan to list ourselves eventually. We're targeting 2023 as the day that we get to ring the bell on the ASX for Maqro Capital. And I guess to do that, we have a few things that we want to sort of put in place. Firstly, we want everybody to know who we are. We've kept a bit of a tight lid on the branding for quite some time. And the reason why we've been able to do that is because we've had clients, we've had business, operations happening. So we didn't necessarily have to sort of market the world to scale the business. But now that we've validated the operations, we focus a lot on the optimization process, making sure that we can survive. If we took 10,000 clients tomorrow, we could survive. And so once we've, now that we've established that, we'd like to really, scale things up. And so to do that, marketing is going to be the big sort of play here. We're looking to raise anywhere from $1 million to $2 million bucks, which will start next month. We've signed our heads of agreement for a new office space, really to sort of facilitate the extreme amount of growth that we've experienced ever since COVID hit. I mean, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, obviously, for a lot of businesses out there. I've been sort of in the behind the scenes in this show, watching what you guys have been talking about, and obviously everything that's going on with Melbourne and these small businesses that are suffering. My heart goes out to them, and we've been obviously trying to support the sort of right avenue for the government to take in every way possible. But that being said, if I may so boldly say, for us, we've really been, I think people are, sort of wired differently, so are businesses. We're a lot smaller, but we have the ability to really sort of be nimble and do it in an effective way. So we've transitioned to remote working, transitioned back to the office. We've gone from building a product to sort of pushing it out in sort of really aggressive sales, outbound sales. So yeah, we're in a perfect position, I think, to really take the next stage. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds exciting. Just finally, any thoughts on the markets at the moment? I mean, not necessarily today, just more broadly, obviously the election coming up. What are you seeing at the moment?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, so there's a lot of uncertainty. I think investors should be very careful. Now is, if I may say, a perfect time to sign up for a company like Maqro where you get some support. But we have seen a lot of new investors come into the market. When the whole take your super out thing came, a lot of retail money hit the markets, through new investors. Now, I have a feeling that, with this sort of volatility that we've experienced and sort of consolidation we're also experiencing as well up until the election, there will be some painful swings. We're still very conservative. We'd like to time the market a little bit better than where it is now, with the uncertainty and also with a lot of the institutional capital still on the sideline. I've been sort of harping on other media stations that we've got sort of in the first time in about 4 years, institutional capital across the globe. It's lower in equities than it is in bonds. Usually you got sort of, 40, 60, 60, 30, and then some cash, right? But it's about 40 and 44 equities to bonds. So everyone's still de-risking. That being said, I think the risk levels are coming down, whether it's the restrictions, whether it's a vaccine, whether it's a firmer sort of outcome for the US election, which, as you guys touched on before, we're seeing sort of more of a shift towards Biden to win. So these things combined, they are providing sort of some bullish momentum, which we're seeing. I mean, today the market's up about 1%, but still we're very patient. I think that's the best word to put it.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough, mate. Exciting times ahead. We'll have to talk soon. Where can we head if we want to reach out and learn more?
Maqro.com.au.
Great stuff, Conrad. We'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you very much.